I really hope this works out for y'all. I really do, because I always feel bad for you. Forget the Falcons. It's just you who I feel bad for. Bro, how you like that?
You
how
like
you
that?
like that? Bro,
I'll let you know in a minute.
Listen. I love our segment, the Falcon Frenzy. I get to rehash it. I get to bring it back, because there's
Wait. You just like the fact that my team is always in the drama.
Hey, that's on y'all. I'm just here to watch the show, right? That's all it is. That's all it is. Mr. Kirk Gold Chains just happened to have Kirk No Chains. This man got benched. He got Jameis Winston.
Oh my god,
bro. No more of this anymore. Now it's like, where do they go?
He went from swag surfing to bench sitting.
That's right. He ain't doing the gritty no more. No more of that nonsense.
No.
So, sir, what in the world just happened? Kirk Cousins got benched. They said out with the old, in with the new. Penix is in. Took this man's job. Did he not produce? Did he not entertain? Are you not entertained?
Oh man, where to start?
How do you? No,
Let me just start.
Hold on. Before you start, how did you feel when you heard this? What went through you?
So that's where I was actually going to start.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know I hit you up earlier when it happened. So it was a long day. I had been up early from work. I had taken me a little nappy nap during the early evening. And so I woke up probably about like 7:30, 8 o'clock, right? I just happened to, I don't know what news. There was some other news that popped up. I think it was the All-Star game. It was like the All-Star game. I was like, what is this thing? And then I opened Twitter, and the first thing I see is something about Penix, and I'm like, Penix starting. And there's so many fake accounts, right?
Right.
So I had to go verify, and it was blue check Adam Schefter. I said, oh, what is happening? Like, so there's so many ways that we can dissect this, so many angles I can go.
I mean, you thought it was probably a dream, so you rolled back over, took another nap.
No, by this point I was up out of bed. I was downstairs. I knew it was real. I didn't have to pinch myself for nothing. I mean, this was always the scenario, right? From the point he drafted him, even back in the beginning, they were saying if he struggled in the first 3 weeks, that they might be inclined, the fan base, especially, everybody's going to be clamoring for him. And look, the Heat has been just ratcheted up for a multitude of reasons. I mean, you think about it, the Falcons were 6-3. We're 7-7 right now, right? So after that 6-3, we went on a 4-game losing streak to get to 6-7. And then during that time, Kirk didn't throw a touchdown. We got outscored in the fourth quarter, I think like 58-6 in the last four or 5 games. Just terrible, sloppy football all the way around. Lost to games that we should have won. Bad performance, bad play. And, in some games, the defense was keeping us in, and we had bad offense. In other games, everybody was bad. Like, there was just nothing good. And so for me, I didn't think it was going to happen. I just realistically thought they were going to ride the whole season out. But I think the direness of the playoffs, and then what happened last night, to be honest, like, I know you and I didn't talk about it. You probably don't even know that they were on Monday Night Football last night.
Oh, I knew.
Okay. So, like, we won the game, but it didn't feel like a win. He threw a touchdown. He threw his first touchdown in like 5 games, but after that he threw another pick, and it was just like sloppy. Like Bijan went off. Bijan, the running game, and also Tyler Algier, like the running game killed it. Like, we were running all over them, but with passing game just couldn't execute nothing. I think he was like 8 of 11 for like 112 yards, just not doing anything. And a lot of the things that he was missing were wide open running across the field. He had his man beat, and he threw it behind him. Just little things like that. Like, you watched the game last night. If you really watched the game last night, you would see that, like, there's no moral victory in it. There's no, we just escaped. Like, you're playing Oakland, 2-11. No Max Crosby, their best player. Devontae Adams got traded weeks ago.
Las Vegas?
The Las Vegas Raiders, yeah. Like they're missing so many other players, and they're starting Desmond Ridder, who we got rid of for Kirk Cousins, and he's only playing because 3 other quarterbacks got hurt in the first damn place. And he still almost came back. They still almost came back, and they had 2 Hail Mary chances to win the game at the end, right? Despite the fact that the defense played well all night, multiple sacks. Special teams, we had 2 punt blocks, a blocked extra point. Like, they consistently were getting the field position was consistently, they were starting drives, from their own 10-yard line or fewer. Defensively, we got a safety. Like, 2 other parts of the team, plus the running game was working. The only thing that wasn't working was the pass game and the quarterback. And, so, and I don't put that on the receivers, because we have good young receivers that are ballers. But it was like, I woke up this morning being like, there's no way. Tampa went ahead of us. There's no way we catch, like, I don't know how we're going to catch them, because we need Tampa to lose. And we basically have to win out to have a realistic shot at the playoffs. And with the way he's playing, I just don't see how we get it done. So let me read to you his stats in Atlanta. Okay. For the first 9 games, he threw 17 touchdowns and 7 picks. In the last 5 games, he's thrown 1 touchdown and 9 picks. So in total, he's had 3,500 yards, which is not bad, 18 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, and 12 fumbles. You're talking about 28 turnovers, right, and then 1 touchdown and 9 picks in his last 5 games in that losing skid. And so it's bad football offensively. And no matter how well the defense plays, they're not going to be able to hold up and escape out of that with an offense that can't move the ball down the field and can't deliver. So, yeah.
Well, here's my question, though. He played the majority of the season, right? You're about to enter the playoffs, but you have this rookie quarterback who didn't really get the reps throughout the course of the season to really, Like, and now you expect him to come in and succeed?
Yeah.
Like, is that fair?
So it's interesting, because even in preseason, they shut him down.
Right.
And he didn't even play. I think he played in 1 game, and then they just shut him and Kirk down. They said, we saw all that we needed to see, which they caught a lot of flack for, because they're like, look, if the plan is not to play him all season, play him in the preseason. But that was the organization's decision. That was the coach's decision. I will say he's an older quarterback, right? He's 24. He's not coming out as a 20-year-old or 21-year-old. He has more experience than some other quarterbacks who are coming in. So there's that on his side. And from all indications, like, he's been killing it in practice, just completely dialed in and bringing the juice. But I mean, look, it's good. It's like, if you're him and you're a competitor and you're RBA, like, this is it. This is the chance to go make this my franchise. They picked me 8 overall, and okay, I sat and I didn't make a fuss. I didn't make a big deal. I learned things that I needed to learn from the veteran that they brought in. That, they brought in before they drafted me. But once I touched that field, I'm not going back. This is my city now. This is my team now.
Just like that Eminem, right?
Right. But one little caveat, one little addition to that. If there was ever an opponent to get that kick started for you at home, it's a home game against the New York Football Giants.
Hey, there you go. Now you got a scrimmage.
Yeah, so like it's not like he's coming in and facing the Ravens or the Chiefs or the Bills. He's got first start is going to be a home game against the New York Giants.
It's a preseason game. He's fine. Yeah, he'll be fine. But
the game after that is the Commanders game.
Oh boy.
That I'll be taking my son to. They just announced, as another thing, they just announced today, Sunday Night Football, baby, prime time.
Okay.
So you might see me on TV.
Well, pressure's on. Might see you on TV, but the pressure's on for this young man, and hopefully he can rise up to the pressure. Because to come in and just say, all right, well, now we're at that pivotal moment. We need you to now win. And you haven't done any opportunities at least throughout the course of the season. I just feel like the timing is so.
I was gonna say, can I just put a bow on it? Or you say what you want to say, and then I'll put a bow on.
All right, bet. So I also feel like when you were telling me about the organization and we seen all we want to see, I felt like you were talking about like the Giants, where I think you hired some Giants front office staff. That's what I feel like. That's when you were saying like, oh, we seen not really. Maybe you're not looking right, because my God, this is almost like like a Jet-ish type situation. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are y'all doing? I really hope this works out for y'all. I really do, because I always feel bad for you. Forget the Falcons. It's just you who I feel bad for.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they probably should have pulled the trigger 2 games ago.
That makes sense.
But like at the same time, it's like, okay, well, the next games that are coming up, you got Oakland, right? I mean, not Oakland. Las Vegas. You got the Raiders. Show my age. Like, you think, okay, that's the possibility. It could be a get back game for Kirk. Get his confidence back. Get his, let him go out there and rip it for 300 yards and 3 tutties. Get it back. But then it happened and it didn't. And he didn't. And he looked just as bad against the Raiders as he did against the Chargers, and just as bad as he did against the Saints. And so at that point, I don't blame them for having to make the decision. And I'm going to throw my full support. I hope that Michael Penix is that guy, and that we don't have to talk about the state of the Falcons quarterback position for a long time, because these Falcons fans, I follow a lot of people and, hear a lot of the stuff that they talk about on social media. All the people for a decade plus that complained about Matt Ryan don't realize how spoiled they were to have the Matt Ryan consistency at the quarterback position, because now for the last 4 years we've been paying for it.
Well, I think it's also unfair, because in the sense that before Matt Ryan, right, y'all were living that Vic. You always compared him to Vic and those guys. You got to let him be him. So hopefully they let Penix be Penix, and hopefully he can step up to the plate and knock it out of the park, right?
Michael Penix versus Jaden Daniels. I get to be there in person. Front row on the end zone.
Take a sign so we can see you.
I know. I should have a Think RBA sign.
Hey. My man. You should give the bands to one of the players.
Yo, I should.
That'd be dope. Some of the kids and players there.
Okay, so now you. All right. Bet. You got me thinking now.
All right, sir. That's all I want to talk to you about. I just felt like the soap opera keeps going. I enjoy watching it. I hope you. I hope there's some solace in it for you at some point. But I'm truly enjoying it. But with that, until next time.
Until the next episode.
Yes, sir. Think RBA. Peace.